So I'm really not a fan of the Master Grade Unicorn. Like I'm not. It's like it's okay, but I'm not like, oh man, I love everything about it. But they keep releasing Chrome variants, and they need to stop. And I don't even know if this is actually Bandai's. This is the band model, and it's called Black Unicorn Phinex, which black it's not. I don't. I must have seen black Chrome in my lifetime. I just can't think of it. But this is definitely blue, and I love it for that. It's beautiful. Like, it is a beautiful piece. But I thought I saw, when I was looking this up, I thought I saw when I first ordered it, a picture of it from Bandai, like a Bandai Gundam base exclusive, which is like several $100s, but I can't find it now, so I don't know. All I find is this guy, so I don't know if it actually existed or not, or they just made it. Because if they do, oh, they're gonna get me bad with the with all the they could do like an entire Power Ranger lineup of unicorns, and I'd probably buy them because I love Chrome, just all the different chromes. But it's the same unicorn mold we've come to know, and sometimes loathe, depending on your, your luck. If you get like this guy, unfortunately, is the weakest of all the Phinex and like unicorns in general that I've gotten. Because I've gotten officials, I have several officials, I have several knockoffs of them now, and well, not several knockoffs, a couple. But this is the worst in terms of how everything holds. Like the limbs are loose, rather loose, and I know I had to glue quite a few parts together, which I had to be careful because I want it to transform still, which I haven't done because I'm scared to death of transforming this thing and some exploding, which probably will happen, but I will do it. But first, let's look at the weaponry before I'm too bummed out. You got the good old B Magnum. Of course, it pegs on the backpack, pegs on the arm, which I didn't notice. I didn't know that until like last year. I don't know how I missed that. You got the bazooka. This is still as loose as ever. Not tighter, not looser. Feels weird. And then the ammo clip you can store on the back skirt here, either the ammo one from the Magnum or the bazooka. And you can store the bazooka back here. And of course, oh yeah, guys, I guess I should mention the beam sabers. You got the arm beam sabers, and you got the ones in the backpack, which I think are a problem because in order to mount the armored arms, which this kit comes with, because it's the Phinex, you need this, and this is by far the worst part of the kit because it is loose at every joint, and the connector ports, there's two, they don't connect that well. Like they go in, but they pop right back out, and unfortunately, like they won't go flush. See, if I try to push them in, they pop out, and it doesn't work when you're putting two big shields on them. And so once I transform this guy and I'm done with this, I'm going to have to glue it together, much like I did with a lot of parts from the armored arm itself. The wire went okay, I got that on, but a lot of these panels I've actually glued. You can actually see some glue sticking out, which I don't like that it happened, but I got sick of these. I got sick of how terrible these parts especially are. They will not stay, and I glued the tail bit into the actual socket where it would normally be the arm shield, but it's going to be on the backpack, so it doesn't really matter. And I had to do the exact same thing for both of them, so both parts are completely kind of solidified in areas. The bigger part can open up. This part's just going to stay like that, and I'm okay with it because I really got flustered with it. And that's not something you should have to do when you build a kit. I mean, when it's a knockoff, you take your chances. I know that. But it was a little disheartening because I have the Phinex version and it's really good. So I was actually just surprised at the dip in quality compared to that one. Because whenever you're dealing with Chrome, you're going to jack up the price, and that's why these are always so expensive from Bandai. But for some reason, other companies can do it cheaper. And if they look this good, I will live with the problems of having to glue some parts. But that's essentially what it looks like with the armored arms attached. I put that in the wrong hole. I put it in the wrong hole. Oh man, how many times have we said that, right? There's the blue, I want to say blue Phinex in its unicorn mode with everything. And now I gotta take the chance of putting it into destroy mode. That'll be fun. Well, that was a barrel of rabid monkeys. Holy crap, that was painful. I'd never been a fan of the unicorn transformation either. And it's just too finicky, especially the legs and the shoulders, just really annoying to me. And this guy, oh boy, it was a thing Like these hip pieces, they do not peg. This one pegs in, this one doesn't. Thankfully, it doesn't collapse yet. It might after it gets a couple years old. And I mentioned the joints being loose, like the hips are loose and so on, and this knee. Well, that is a problem if you don't put the tails on. If you don't include the tails on the armored arms and use them as like a kickstand, it's not going to stand because the backpack is just, it's way too much. Like way too much. It looks amazing, but it's way too heavy. So it does look cool. I don't know if I'm a fan of the clear purple because it's too dark with the dark blue. If it was maybe a violet purple or even leave it the pink of the unicorn, I think it would have been nice to be white, like the milky white that high grades use to replace the white plastic. I think that would work here. That would be actually pretty neat. The purple I find is just too close to what we already have with the chrome. Like it's hard to see. You'd have to install lights like LEDs in order to make it look really stand out, like it does here with the normal Phinex. This is also a Deban one I think I showed a while ago, but you can see how the two colors are very drastically different. You got the clear blue, but then you have the chrome gold, which is a lighter chrome gold than Bandai's, and I think that helps a lot. This, they didn't change, and if it is based on official, I'm pretty sure they didn't change, and they really needed to, because like I said, milky white would be very nice. I think that sounds terrible. And I figured while I was at it, I'd put the weapons on the blue Phinex so you can see that they hold very good, very good. The holes are almost all the way through the handle to peg in. Not quite. There's like a very thin micrometer of plastic that separates them. So it works a lot like the gold Phinex from Deban. Unfortunately, like I said, joints are crappy. Joints are really good here. Something happened. It could just be mine. Maybe I got a dud, but this one is way better than this one. But that's what happens, you know, when they're not official. You take your chances, and I took my chances. Still happy I got it because I love the color. The chrome blue is amazing. I might turn it back into unicorn just because, like I said, the purple clear is just too close, and it looks fine in unicorn mode, and it'll probably stay together a hell of a lot better too.